We always love doing the huddle. I always feel very smart, Bob, after we do the huddle, because we sit in there with Dave Wyman for 2 hours.
Get educated.
Yeah, we talk to coaches, we talk to players, we feel bright. And I'm feeling bright about Braylon Edwards today. Actually, I think we both are. This is a guy that you and I both of the guys they brought him in a couple of weeks ago. Remember we talked about it? Well, they're taking a flyer on this guy, and it was, next thing you knew it was T.O., and no one was talking about him anymore. But we sort of noticed him making big catches, it seemed, at least one every day in practice. He's kind of continuing on to the games, and now as the dust is cleared and we got that last preseason game with some battles still to be fought, wide receiver is certainly a place where battles are going to be fought, but I think Braylon Edwards has made this team. In fact, I said on the huddle today, Bob, I think he might be one of the starting wide receivers for these guys.
He very well could be. I don't know who you would put above him of the bubble guys, because you had
maybe Golden.
I don't look at Golden as a bubble guy anymore.
Okay.
I mean, you look at Golden, you look at Baldwin, you look at Sidney Rice as your three locks.
Oh, just as making the team, period.
Right. The bubble guys would be like Durham and Obamanu maybe, and Lavassier Tuane and some of the other guys out there, the Charlie Martin. Yeah, I just think of those guys, that next group underneath the certainties. He's the next certainty. I feel like he's on this team. I don't know what more he could do than what he's done. As you talked about practice, he dazzles in practice every day. He makes great catches. You've seen him do it in games, and it looks like he and Russell Wilson have kind of built up a cohesiveness between the two of them. We were talking to people here, talking about them hanging out in the film room together after practice and just really kind of developing that chemistry. So I think he's earned a spot, and he very well could be a starter as well. So I think this is a guy that came in with some questions. We talked about seeing him on Hard Knocks with the Miami Dolphins. I had no idea he was even there, and they took a look at him and said, yeah, he looks good. And then ultimately, for whatever reason, said, nah, we don't need this. And they're a team that could definitely use wide receivers, but their loss is the Seahawks gain. He looks like he's a guy who's capable of still making big plays at the age of 29, as long as the attitude's in check and the knee's okay. That's a nice little find for them.
Well, what strikes me about him, too, is that this is a guy, and look, T.O. may have been in the same sort of boat. His difference was he was 39. I don't think physically was just able, but this is a guy, I get the sense, Bob, he realizes this may be his last opportunity, and he is choosing to do something about it. I mean, he's choosing to actually grab it. He's choosing to spend extra time on film work with Russell Wilson, with a rookie quarterback. He's choosing to go the extra mile. He's choosing not to complain about playing time. He never said anything when T.O. was brought in here. He hasn't acted in any way.
Better.
Yeah, he hasn't acted in any way, shape, or form like anything but a professional. So I think that's a big part of it too. To see a guy, it's one thing to get the second chance. It's another thing to do something about it.
Yeah, and then maybe he was humbled a bit. This is a guy who's the third overall pick in the draft with the Browns. He had some good years. He goes to the Jets. Then he becomes a washout with the 49ers. Had a knee injury. Doesn't last the season with them. Gets invited into the Dolphins camp. They elect not to do anything with him. So maybe that process there humbled him a bit. He comes here and realizes, hey, this is it. This is my chance, even though I'm only 29.
That's what he's doing, though. Doesn't it look like that to you?
Absolutely. He's making the most of his opportunity, and I can't imagine him not making this team. As far as I'm concerned, he's on. Not that I carry any weight here, but I think he's made this team, and some of the other guys need to worry.